All right, what is good, Storm Chasers? It looks like we are live. And so before I get into everything tonight, let me know that you can hear and see me good. And then we finna get it popping with these stories. Come on, let's get it popping. Let me know that y'all can hear me, see me, and then we can go ahead and get into these stories. Because there's a whole lot to talk about tonight. A whole lot. All right, yes. All right, perfect. So let me get ready to share the screen here. Oh, damn. Okay, little StreamYard. They coming up in the world. They got little files you can use now. Okay, let's go. Chrome tab, Alec Baldwin. All right, great. Boom. Gonna put me here so we can look at it. So this right here is Alec Baldwin. And Alec Baldwin, a little while back, was on the set of a movie called Rust. No word on if this movie will now actually come out or not, but what is important is that when he was in a gun scene, he ended up shooting or not shooting the gun, and then the gun hit a production staff member, killing her. Her first name was Helena. I can't exactly remember how to pronounce her name, but Alec, of course, is getting the blame because he was holding the gun when it went off. Now, this is not the first time we've heard about this in the industry. We heard about this with Brandon Lee, and there's a couple other instances that I can't think about, but it happened on a movie set where somebody was accidentally shot with a so-called fake gun, allegedly. You know what? I was going to sing one. Let me get this out of my mouth. I was going to sing Wonder Bread News, but this story is a little... Okay, well, F it. We going to do it. We got that Wonder Bread, that Wonder Bread news. We got that Wonder Bread. We got that Wonder Bread news. That's still ass news. That shoot 'em up, bang, bang news. We got that Wonder Bread. That set 'em up news. I'm just saying. I feel like my vocals sound better in this apartment. Now back to a serious story. Now, Alec is actually doing an interview with ABC News. I wanted to actually play the interview so y'all could hear it, and then I'm going to give y'all my thoughts. Now, y'all know I can't, excuse me, I'm so sick of effing coughing, I promise you. Y'all know I can't actually show you the video because ABC, NBC, they don't be playing about their shit. They don't. So I'm going to play the clip, and then y'all let me know if y'all can hear it, and we gonna talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Because I think y'all know what I'm thinking on the situation. You know, you see me, I see you, we see each other. All right, come on with these commercials. Damn it. Come on.
Alec Baldwin, head in hand, speaking through tears about the Rust.
Let me know if y'all can hear it.
That killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins.
She was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
Authorities say the actor fired the deadly shot, but in a sit-down with ABC News anchor George Stephanopoulos, Baldwin insisting he never actually pulled the trigger.
The gun was in your hand. How do you come to terms with that? It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger.
Remember, listen to what he said. Can y'all hear it? Y'all can hear it? All right. He said, I did not pull the trigger. Yet the gun still went off. Why? Because the gun was always supposed to go off. Why? Because I believe somebody wanted to set Alec up, a higher up. Y'all know what's been sacrificed in season? Maybe Alec didn't want to do no sacrifice. Maybe he said no. Maybe he didn't want to do his wife. I don't know. But for some reason, I'm actually believing him when he say I didn't actually pull the trigger. All right, let's go.
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
The 63-year-old unable to answer one of the biggest questions about that day.
What did you think happened? How did a real bullet get on
I
that set?
have no idea. Someone put a live bullet in a gun, a bullet that wasn't even supposed to be on the property.
Somebody put a live bullet in the gun. Thank you so much, Sister Savant. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Somebody put a live bullet on the gun. Y'all got to understand how these movie sets and production sets and music sets work. As talent, excuse me, your job is literally to be talent. You don't pick out the clothes. You're not writing the script. They tell you what to wear, what to say it, how to do it, etc., etc., etc. all the guns, all the props on a movie set. Production crew deals with all that. Susie, thank you so much. Y'all ran it down on me. I just paid rent. I definitely appreciate that. Do you understand? So somebody wanted to off that production member and used him to do it. It's very simple to me. Now, I'm going to finish playing the clip, but I want y'all to keep this in mind as well. Alec Baldwin and a lady that he accidentally shot were very, very good friends. Marinate on that. While we go.
The Fayette County Sheriff's Office issued a search warrant on Tuesday to investigate the possibility a live round brought from another movie production was mixed in with dummies on the Rust set. The district attorney telling Tom this was something that was suspected from the start.
Is this simply a case that possibly one live round got mixed in with either dummies or blanks? Is that what cost Helena her life?
It's very likely that is something that's one of the scenarios that we are exploring, and it is likely that that's what happened.
There are now 2 lawsuits citing unsafe working conditions on the set, both named producers, including Baldwin.
I was told that the camera crew and both of the second ACs and camera utility had quit because of safety issues and other issues related to their working conditions.
Baldwin has previously called the shooting a 1 in a trillion incident, defending the production as a well-oiled crew. But in his latest interview,
Ain't that damn well-oiled?
reflection.
Is this the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
Yes. Yeah. Because I think back and I think of what could I have done.
Alec Baldwin there in his first sit-down interview.
All right, that's all we really need to hear of that clip. So, this is what I want y'all to know. When it comes to the music industry, when it comes to the movie industry, the media industry, all of that, it's all backed up by the mafia / mob and street gangs. There's a reason why your rappers are constantly getting shot in the street. There's a reason why these movie stars are getting offed, and they get offed in several different ways for different damn reasons. Now that Helena lady, the production production crew member, was actually speaking out against a certain family. And, we'll talk about it further on Patreon, but she was getting ready to do a lot of exposing. And unfortunately, when you are working around people and you are trying to expose them, it doesn't really work. It just doesn't work. Now, a lot of people was trying to figure out, like I said at the beginning, will they continue on with this movie? Yes, baby, it's called energy harvesting. Whenever somebody dies on these sets, they're going to continue filming. And they're going to use that energy of that person, because energy never dies. It simply transfers. And guess what? That's going to relate into a lot of movie sales, merch sales around the world, more documentaries. They're going to be making money off this forever, because that's how the industry is. So, man, said the entire union walked off the set the day before because of safety violations. Yes. Don't that sound a lot like the Travis Scott concert where they was just picking people off the street to be security? Because the place was never meant to be secure. They were breaking safety violations because that set was never meant to be safe. Moving right along from that. That seemed pretty damn simple to me. Now they got to, figure out who done it. You're not going to figure out who done it, though. Sorry, you may find out 20, 30 years from now, but you ain't going to find out today. Moving right along, people. We got to talk about Jussie Smollett, Lil Juicy, the man who about to be sitting in a cell next to R. Kelly. I think he should be cellmates with R. Kelly. I think they would get along very well. I think R. Kelly got something that he won't, and I think that Jussie body is calling Kelly. I think they would get along very well. I think if you can take 2 Nigerian footlongs and pretend that somebody poured bleach on you and said MAGA country nigga, I think that you can take a little pee-pee. I think so. I think they would get along very well. Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett. Now, his trial has started, and I'm talking about this today because y'all know I've been roasting him since 2019. I'm talking about this today because guess what the jury got to look at in the trial? Guess what they got to view? They got to view a video of Jussie and his Nigerian footlongs doing a practice run of the alleged beat-up betation incident. Remember, Jussie said he was out going to Subway in negative 20-degree weather. Now, I ain't from Chicago, but I've been in Chicago. It gets cold as hell. And ain't nobody walking around for no Subway. Subway is not that good. You're not sucking D for John Legend tickets. You're not getting frostbitten for Subway. Not believing that, and not when you're making $45,000 to $60,000 per episode. No, ma'am, no, sir. According to the Nigerian footlongs, they said that Jussie asked them to fake beat him up. They went over the whole thing and went over how it would go. But what pisses me off about you, Juicy, because your pockets ain't juicy no more, their career is very dry. And you know, and don't none good come to you when it's dry. You know, whenever you dry, Jussie, and not wet and lubricated, you tear and bleed down your left leg. You know it. Jussie, the jig is up. It's time to come clean. I feel like you a child, and you can actually avoid the whooping if you just admit it was you that did it, and that you started this whole lot for no reason, because you are an attention queen. You done ruined the family name. Even though we didn't know too much about any other ones, we only liked the journey. We didn't really like you that much. We thought your character on Empire was, how do I say it, very dramatic and overdone, much like this skit/stint that you pulled. Come on now, let's keep it real. Empire was maybe good 1 or 2 seasons. After that, absolutely garbage. Power was way better, and I didn't even watch Power to tell y'all that Power was better than Empire. That's just the truth. Lee Daniels is very damn dramatic in everything that he do. Everything got to be traumatic from the dramatic queen. And guess what, Lee Daniels? You still ain't paid Damon Dash his $2 damn million, nigga. Now, he about to go to prison. All because he wanted to be a queen and wanted some attention. He said he was going out searching for a $5 foot long. No, he takes foot longs. See, Jussie, you'd have been better off paying them brothers $3,500 for them to. Well, that is only two ain't a train, but they could have Eiffel Towered you and gave you 2 foot longs, and you would have got a good night's sleep, and still would have had your good job the next day. But now you ain't gonna be busting no more good nuts, except on yourself in betwixt a magazine or by your cellmate named Bubba. You ain't got the good job no more, because ain't nobody finna hire you after this. And I just don't think you tough enough to make it in prison. I just don't. So it is what it is. But I believe you deserve to go to prison alone for asking them brothers to commit a crime, and you only paid them $3,500. Excuse me, sir. You get paid $45,000 an episode, and all you could come off of was $3,500. You know you had that in your drawers. That's your tricking money when you go to the gay strip clubs. Why you didn't reach down and give them a bag if you really wanted them to do something for you? You know why them Nigerian footlongs did it? They did it because they felt indebted to you, because they thought it could help their actor career. And I'm sorry, ladies, a lot of your favorite leading men that took a lot of $5 foot longs and $3 6 inches because they thought it was gonna help their career. They thought it was gonna help their music career. And when it don't help and they don't go nowhere, they end up washed up, drugged out, alcoholed out, because they gave up their manhood for a check that never did came, because the devil always comes to collect. And sometimes he collect a little bit quicker than what you be ready for. Man. Anyway, moving right along. Shit. Talking about I was going to Subway. Bitch, Subway ain't been good since 2003. Golly, just lying ass. Anyway, move right along. We got to talk about Porsha. All right, Porsha had an interview with Tamron Hall where she talked about Simon. She talked about the R. Kelly incident. I'm going to actually listen to this interview, and I'm going to react to it because y'all know how I feel about Porsha. Y'all know I like her sister better. Her sister's my type. She's smart. She's very intelligent. She is the brains behind Porsha, because Porsha ain't got no brains. She just give good brain apparently. And that's it. I don't know why Porsha gave that coochie to R. Kelly, because that was never gonna go anywhere, and he was never gonna be a singer. They all thought they was gonna be Aaliyah. They all thought they was gonna be another Came this year, and was nothing but another hoe that he peed on. Moving right along, we're gonna listen to the interview.
book traces that whole journey. You also, from childhood to your point, young adulthood, reveal something I did not know, and I don't think many people knew, this relationship with R. Kelly. And you write about him. I wanted to believe I wasn't a girl he was locking in his room to use whenever he wanted. You kept your interactions with him a secret.
I wanted to believe I wasn't a girl that he left in his room to simply use when he wanted. From the moment you step your coochie across the threshold of R. Kelly's house, you were nothing more but a coochie that he wanted to use and abuse. Why did any of y'all ever believe that he actually ever wanted any of y'all? This is not me saying nothing that R. Kelly did was right. I'm not saying it's right. But what I'm saying is we got to start teaching our girls out here to have common sense. We got to start telling people the real deal, which is this. In life, you got choices. Door A, door B. Some people take the coochie. Some people take the badusi. Some people give you an option to give it up. And guess what? If somebody give you an option, even if you don't like the consequences of that option, they still gave you a choice. For example, you screw me or you don't get this record deal. Have sex with me, you get the record deal. You don't have sex with me, all right, there's a million other girls that want to get signed. Right there, it ain't right, but there's a choice. Walk away. Walk away. Walk your ass away. Nothing more, nothing less. If you truly believe in God like you say you do, because you sure as hell grew up in the church, then you would have walked away, especially because your vocal cords was not up to par. It just is what it is. Let's move right along. Don't y'all know I done had opportunities that I have said no to? Man. I ain't even gonna talk about that. Not today.
When he started to be accused of these crimes against young girls, and then it escalates, and then it's on trial, and he's convicted, were you thinking, I've got to tell? Or did you think, I don't want to be in the middle of this?
You know, putting R. Kelly's name in the book, because some people I named, some people I didn't name, and putting his name in the book, it's just putting a name to another face that I had already encountered before.
Now, I'm going to say this. I have not read the book, but I feel sorry for Porsha that she has went through so many instances of assaults. I'll just say that. And it's very scary to me, the percentage of women, especially Black women, that have been assaulted. Like when you think about it, I thought it was like 50%, 60%, and now I'm thinking it's like 85, 90. And that's like really scary because every girl I pretty much have known has. It's just unfortunate. This video ain't about that, but what this video is about, we're not gonna act like her publisher didn't tell her to include his name. His name she mentioned, his name she didn't. Ma'am, your book can be as long as you wanted to. Every single person could have been named if you had wanted to. R. Kelly was that selling point. Now we do need to know, did you screw him before or after the outbreak? We got more questions we need to know. But it's hard for me to feel sorry for anybody that went anywhere around him after the Aaliyah situation. That's all I'm saying. Porsha is 40. She slept with R. Kelly when she was 25. That was 15 years ago. We already knew what he was about. That was what, 2006? We already knew what he was about back then.
He had just been one of the men who was a predator in my life, who had taken advantage of me and mentally abused me in my life. So I saw him no different than those same men. That same darkness, that same treatment, they faced and met the same Porsha who did not know her self-worth. I didn't love myself. I didn't see who I was in those situations.
And that's a point that is very important, because it's obvious that it has taken her a while to love herself and accept herself. We can see it. You can see the growth. But I'm gonna say this, Porsha. The abuse put aside, you tend to date the same kind of man. And I ain't saying they look the same. I'm just saying they got one thing in common. They all problematic and not monogamous to you. Simon been married a bunch of times, still legally married. Dennis was community D. Who was the guy before that? Cordell was trade. All the other dudes you was trying to get some nut from. I'm just saying, you got a common theme, and the theme is problematic.
You know, I was a grown woman. I had a penthouse in Buckhead. I had my own business. I wasn't your usual so-called victim. But because as a young woman, I did not value who I was, I only wanted to be what someone else thought I needed to be.
You wrote it.
So that's how I found myself in those situations.
You wrote, which I think is interesting, how you said you found yourself in these situations. I felt when I was reading it, is she blaming herself for some of this? And you wrote, I'm of R. Kelly at the time. I'm in his bedroom. I've already been in his house for hours. It's 3 or 4 in the morning. I've already put myself in this position. This is what you're supposed to do. You have to. You have to do it. There's no turning back. That's what you wrote about your first one of the sexual encounters. And I thought,
I can see how it can be made to feel that way. But my biggest question is, how do we go to R. Kelly's house to work on music and we go from the studio to the bedroom? Now, he did have a mattress in his studio. Now, unless he was trying to piss on you on a pissy mattress by the microphone, I'm trying to figure out why you even went to his bedroom. I'm trying to figure out why you didn't say, nigga, that ain't what I'm here for. That ain't what I'm here for. And I almost wonder why that's why she's always so quick to try to fight, because she's just trying to get her control back. Anytime you feel out of control, anytime you can't fight, you tend to want to fight anytime you can. That's what I'm thinking. When she doesn't know how to handle a situation, she just starts fighting. And then crying and that dumbass scream she do.
why is she saying this? I put myself in this position.
When I wrote those moments in the book and being that detailed, I had to go back to that mind frame. And a lot of victims do blame themselves.
Yeah.
They honestly do. We think the public could tell you, anybody could tell you there's every reason why you should not be there. So that causes you to blame yourself. So I did a lot of victim blaming, a lot of shaming of myself. And that's what silenced me for a very long time to speak out on any of the sexual abuse that I encountered in my life. And I often thought about, oh my gosh, especially when I got on Housewives, it was like, I have this platform, people start to know me. Let me start using my voice. But I just felt so small still. I wasn't ready. I hadn't healed and gotten to the place to be able to speak up like those women did on the R. Kelly special. Us as victims, we have to get to a place and deal with what we went through and what our mind frame was at the time to be able to speak out and help somebody else.
It is very powerful. I do have to note that we reached out to R. Kelly's representatives for comment, and we did not hear back. Here we go.
What did you think R. Kelly was really going to say to you, Tamron?
I woke up this morning. Social media, tabloids, all reacting to the episode that just aired of your show.
Yes.
Your fiance, Simon. When is the
Hi,
wedding? When is the wedding?
Right now, we haven't set our date. We are dating right now. He's still courting me. In the South.
How are you
Did y'all hear that? Oh, yeah, she's very wordy. Did y'all hear that? She said, we haven't set a date. He's still courting me. We're in the South. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You in the South. You slanging coochie in the South. But you ain't following Southern Belle etiquette, because had you been following Southern Belle etiquette, you would have been married by now. Because they ain't getting married. I think they actually will go through with it, but it's giving me Mona Scott.
dating?
You don't date your husband?
No, I married him.
You should be dating. You should be keeping the excitement going. We're enjoying each other.
But Porsha, marriage isn't about the excitement. It's about the duty. You think you're going to always be on jets, and he's always buying you them ugly ass Birkin bags, and you always going to be going from sea to shining sea. No, Porsha. That's not marriage, Porsha. Marriage is him on the toilet stinking up the bathroom when you got to go in there to brush your teeth. Marriage is you picking up his socks off the floor for the last 7 years, even though you told him not to. Porsha, marriage is him wanting to get some at 5 a.m, but you're too tired because you've been over with the kids, so you just slide your panties over to the side and let them do what they do, and tell them don't pull your go naked air out that you just installed. Porsha, that's marriage. Porsha, marriage is when y'all get in an argument, but then you still got to get in the car and go on a road trip. Porsha, everything is not about the excitement. Porsha, that was your problem with the damn chicken man. Porsha, he was slanging all kinds of chicken and Alizé and Hennessy and diamonds and pearls around your necklace, and you would let him go raw right away. Porsha.
Engaged to be married.
Right, and I'm still his special sweetheart. We're in the honeymoon phase. We're enjoying each other. Yeah, it'll come.
What honeymoon? What honeymoon? And y'all ain't made it to the marriage. What honeymoon? He got to become your honey first.
Okay.
And you don't need to be dating. We date. Dating nights are important. It's important.
When he proposed, we set a wedding date and we
Yes.
followed through.
Yes, but you want to still keep up that nice feeling, getting
So
dressed.
a wedding date
courting
prevent you from doing that?
In the South, we call it.
I'm Southern.
We call it the courtship.
When did you become the spokesperson for everything Southern? We call it the courtship. No, it's called understanding the definition of words. It's called civil history, civil rights, Black history. So you do not represent the South when you don't even know Southern history. See, had you really known that Southern Belle history, you would not have even been openly dating this man until his marriage was over. You would not have been buying a house. You just bought a house with this man. But he's still courting you, but you engaged, or you courting, or you engaged, or you getting married. Is you screwing? What is you doing? Like, I definitely screwing whenever he can get it up. I told you, Simon, don't strike not nan one of my videos, and I'm calling ICE. I know Porsha out there in Duluth. I will call wherever the new house is at. I will call ICE up there to come and get you. Moving right along.
And he's still just treating me so special. We just bought a home together. We're about to move in. We've got so much going on that
You're buying I'm Southern. You're buying a home before marriage?
Yep.
That breaks a Southern rule.
No, we bought a home. We already bought the home. It's closed already.
I do believe the wedding is going to proceed. I think you're
Yes.
holding something back. I don't know what it is. You are. I'm just being honest with you. So Simon, well, this perhaps is why. So Simon revealed on the show that his grandfather had 25.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. We don't care. We know he Nigerian, he Muslim. That's what they do. They have multiple wives. So my final thoughts on that is this: we know Porsha elevator don't go to the top. We know that her crayon box is short of a few. I don't believe what Porsha said with Simon talking about he's courting her. I think that they both using each other for a bag. I think there's nothing more, nothing less. I think out of pride and out of her not wanting to embarrass herself, she's going to go ahead and go through with the marriage. And I see them being divorced in about 3 to 4 years, getting another special, going back to the Housewives season 18, 19 at that point. And this is just something that just never ends. And here's the thing with these reality stars. Once you start inviting drama in your life for a bag, you can never really be happy, which is why they end up depressed, face chopped up, nose chopped up, not even looking like a real Black person no more, with a nice lounge, but not even looking like a real Black person no more, because this shit gets to you and it eats you from the inside out. And the only thing you can do is continue to mess with the outside, because you damn sure don't want to do the work to heal the inside. Because once you heal the inside, you ain't even gonna want to be a part of this shit no more. I'm just saying. Look at every other reality star that you see, they don't really end up nowhere like that. You fake all the drama, and the drama becomes a part of your life, and then by the time you happy, they don't want you no more. And she done gave up all her jobs for this man. I really hope it's worth it. No, what she need to be doing. See, I know Simon got plans. I already told you. Simon got his hands in them new solar cities and new crypto cities that's gonna be coming up in Africa. And if she's smart, she's gonna get her a business over there. She's gonna take some of that Asian money, open up a business overseas, and that's gonna be her securing the damn bag. Nothing that's going on over here from that. Moving right along. Done talking about that. No, that damn girl slow. Talk about you need to be courting your ma'am. You should probably be divorced before he courts you. But when has Porsha done anything in order? She went to R. Kelly's house and thought he wanted to play patty cake. I guess she thought she was gonna read the Bible to him. Moving right along, let's talk about Wendy Williams, spotted leaving the wellness center, right? And says she's doing fabulous. Let's talk. Let's watch.
Hey, Wendy. Are you sad about the show being canceled? Any plans for a new show? Everyone does hope you feel better. Yes, good luck to you. All right, sorry to bug you. Is your recovery going okay? Because everyone is really concerned.
She's doing fabulous.
She's doing fabulous. Any more words for the fans?
Lots more Wendy stuff.
That's good to hear. Love it. Thank you. Thanks, Wendy.
Thank you.
All right. Number one, my thing is, why is she all look? At least she's walking. They had to help her. Listen, I'm not here to make fun of her. This ain't funny, but we finna talk about it. What in the hell is going on with Wendy? What in the hell is going on inside these wellness centers, these rehabs? I don't trust her when it comes to celebs. Number one, I ain't never really trusted Wendy outside of the show because I'm trying to figure out how you look good on TV and your wigs always look ratty out in public. I would just think that by now you'd have been able to get, secure a nice wig. But this ain't about Wendy and whatever it is on her head. This is about the fact that she don't look like herself. She is clearly not all the way there, and Wendy ain't all the way been there for a very long time. Whenever she went to the rehab, to the hospital, to the this, to the that, all of it was a lie to cover up something. Wendy been lying and covering up stuff for so long. I think she really don't know reality from fiction. I think she ain't recovered from the divorce. She ain't really recovered from the embarrassment of him having a baby on her. She ain't recovered from. Basically, she's getting karma for everything that she's put out there over the years, and that's why I told y'all, it makes me think, because when I think about Wendy's history, this is somebody that was on Whitney's ASS every day on the radio, talking about how much of a crackhead she was, just going in on her, went in on Whitney so bad, went in on Kanye so bad, went in on pretty much everybody so bad, and I ain't talking about just roasting, I'm talking about like, when people had serious medical issues, she was going in. And so she is the physical manifestation of whatever you put out, it's going to come back and you don't know how. And now if this shit didn't hit her from so many different angles, she's done. She's done. All she needs to do is retire, go on an island somewhere, repent of her sins, find Jesus, and live out the rest of her life. That's it. But I can't help to think that this is her karma for everything she's put out over the years and how mean she was. That, and I think them titties messing with her too. I think she may be suffering from breast implant syndrome, but she don't want to get them taken out because, that's the last little bit of shape that she got left. But listen, she take them titties out, she gonna look like a human letter L or I or whatever. But I'm just saying, I think it's for you years and years and years of stress and lying and just and here you go. But at least she has the money to deal with it. But she got all the money in the world, but she's lonely as hell. Lonely. Now, continue looking at these pictures here. Damn, that's a foot? No, I ain't trying to be funny. That's a foot? Is that a foot? Oh, Lord. Is that a foot looking like that? Is that her foot? I'm not trying to be funny. Is that her foot? She might need to go back in the hospital. Is that healthy? Oh, Lord. Oh, wow. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know what that was at first. I thought that was a very ugly pair of Yeezys at first, and Yeezys are already ugly. Oh, wow. Golly. Okay. I wasn't trying to be funny. I really wasn't. Okay, that's her son there. I'm glad he came up to help his mama. That's what he's supposed to do. Hell, she ain't got nobody else. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. I didn't know. I didn't know that was her foot. I didn't know. That didn't look like a normal foot to me. Anyway, I thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and actually put the link for the chat. Y'all got 5 minutes if you want to come up and say anything, comment on anything, any of the stories. And yeah, other than that, we out of here for tonight. Leave Wendy's foot alone. I didn't know that was her. I didn't know her foot looked like that. That was my first time seeing her foot. She needs to get those implants out of her. I really think so too. I think so too. Blessings to you. Thank you, Shanice. That lymphedema ain't no joke. She stopped wearing heels and started wearing flats now. Do I think Wendy will go back on her show? No. Not at all. Not at all. I ain't gonna front. Nope. Why you say I look like I'm about to go burglarize a home? Storm, do you really just need one more sub for 200K? Nah, more like 800, 900. It's like 199 point something. You didn't talk about Clarence Avant. Oh, damn. I'm always forgetting a damn story. Hold up. I ain't talk about Clarence. Let me just pull up a picture of him. Damn it, man. My bad, y'all. Hold up. We're going to talk about this real quick. Hold up. Share screen. And Clarence Avant. All right. Clarence Avant and his wife, Jacqueline Avant, or late wife now at this point. His late wife was actually killed in a home burglary out in Beverly Hills. Clarence Avant is a music exec. Now, I ain't gonna lie, before today, I had never heard of Clarence Avant. Like, I'm just saying, I have never heard of him before today. But his house, their home, got robbed, and Jackie was shot and killed. Now, this is what you guys got to keep in mind. Jackie Avant is the daughter of the CEO of Netflix. So Clarence Avant married the woman of a very rich man. Number one. So this is media entertainment connections through and through, in addition to Clarence being a music exec. Now, one thing I need y'all to keep in mind, number one, Beverly Hills police does not think it was a random attack. Typically, when these celebrities get into certain situations, whether you want to call it sacrificing or not, usually the police are on their side. Usually the police cover it up or get paid to cover it up. This time, Beverly Hills police ain't buying none of it. They do not think it was a random attack. They think it was planned. Last thing I want y'all to keep in mind is that Clarence Avant was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. And so anytime these celebrities are inducted into a Hall of Fame, they get a star. Always pay attention to what's going on in their lives around them. That's all we got on that situation for now, and that's where we're going to leave it. But he just got inducted into the Music Hall of Fame. She's connected to Netflix. They both are deep in this industry. All right. We out here for the night. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. And I will catch you guys